The weekend is over, the results are in, and after a 2-week box office for The Flash, word of mouth has absolutely destroyed this movie. An unfortunate lesson that Warner Brothers is learning now. Flash's box office drop just broke a painful DCEU movie record. It broke a lot of records. Flash's second weekend box office drop is projected to bring the DCEU a brand new unwanted record. For Andy Machete's divisive? I don't think the story was divisive. The movie was just crap. Let's see what Screen Rant has to say, though. After another disastrous box office update, The Flash has broken the most unwanted DCEU record, as well as potentially taking a painful comic book movie record in the process, having debuted with a $55 million domestic haul. Oof. That's bad. Against higher projections and much higher hopes, The Flash is being called a legitimate box office flop. Duh. Not even Michael Keaton could save this movie. Why the Flash flopped so badly is a matter of debate, but it's a reality Warner Brothers is now staring at. DCEU traditionally doesn't have a strong second weekend box office record, with an average drop-off of 59.4% on weekend one, which is dragged down by somewhat by the performance of Wonder Woman 2017 and Aquaman 2018 as the highest performances in weekend two. Normal box office reporting, of course, highlights exactly blah, 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 blah. Talk about all kinds of stuff. Let's look at the, what kind of box office drop-offs? Man of Steel, 64%. Batman vs. Superman, 68. Suicide Squad, 67. Down here, you got the Suicide Squad at 70.1%. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, 69%. What was the Flash's box office drop-off? A whopping 73% drop-off week to week. My goodness. Now, you can figure the opening weekend abomination, that $55 million domestically, could be something to do with superhero fatigue, or perhaps people's opinions of Ezra Miller's extracurricular activities. Opinions there. But going from week to week, the only thing you can blame is word of mouth. And once people saw the movie opening weekend and started talking about it more and more, the bad CGI, the bad story, the bad acting, what else could you expect? This movie was just downright, eh. But let's see. Why The Flash's box office is dropping so far. The story of why The Flash did so poorly at the box office on its second weekend is the same as why it debuted so low. Word of mouth. No, that's pretty much it. It's not Ezra Miller's off-screen controversy. That may have affected it the first weekend, but again, if this movie would have knocked it out of the park and just been fantastically stellar, good story, good everything all around from top to bottom, the weekend drop-off would not have been so bad. People could have genuinely looked past it. Misplaced faith in nostalgic cameos that didn't land with key younger demographics and unspectacular reviews all played their part. Unspectacular reviews, well, that goes to word of mouth. Those are the same thing. Reviews are word of mouth. That's, you know, if I'm sitting here running my mouth on my channel about a movie, about a piece of entertainment, that's word of mouth. Anyway, it's still arguably the decision to announce the DC reboot before The Flash's release that caused the biggest problem. Really, you think so? I think that is a possibility, with James Gunn coming out and saying, hey, none of these movies really matter going forward. It was extremely bad timing for sure. Caused the biggest problem, though, because it robbed The Flash of any relevance. That ain't the only thing. It was just a bad movie. Add in superhero fatigue and multiverse ambivalence, and it's an undesirable perfect storm. At a time in its release, when word is key, mouth. Hey, how's everybody doing? Obviously, Hooked on Phonics didn't work for me. I need to get into better reading. At a time in its release, when word of mouth is key, the Flash conversations have been refocused on specifics and distractions, and the fact that it is not a terrible movie, and in fact has great selling points, almost doesn't matter. No. Okay, it was not a terrible movie. It was meh at best. But great selling points. It had member-berry cameos that tried to get people in the seats with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck and other people I'm not going to spoil, but who gives a shit? George Clooney. Ha. Well. This movie was destined for failure. Reshoot after reshoot, delay after delay. There is no chance in hell this makes its budget back and starts making money. But with such a catastrophic 73% drop-off, I don't know what they were expecting. This movie is essentially, after 2 weeks, dead in the water. It didn't even have any competition at this past weekend. But Across the Spider-Verse came in and took first place. Oh, no. What was the movie with Jennifer Lawrence? That was the only competition, and that came in fourth place behind Elemental. But what? And there's still 2 movies in the old DC universe coming with the Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2. We'll have to wait and see how those movies do. I got some bad news. I don't think Blue Beetle is going to draw enough interest to put butts in the seats. Jason Momoa, I guess it'll depend on how many times he takes his shirt off in Aquaman 2 if the ladies want to go out and watch it. But that movie also has some controversy surrounding it because of Amber Heard. Just be careful she stays away from your bedroom. But that's all I've got. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. I appreciate you making it this far. Have a good one.